Hi, my name is Zach Ware. I'm the Director of Technology for Cheba Hut. We are a sandwich shop with 77 locations and are just on the goal line of finishing a toast rollout across 65 of those locations. Yeah, we heard about F3 as a recommendation from Toast, actually. They recommended F3 as a good install partner for us. So we set up an intro meeting, got to know Dan a little bit, definitely got the good vibe of just really solid people, a nice, young, scrappy company that was ready to work and could be available where we needed them. We also really enjoyed that they had previous restaurant experience. That's definitely really important for what we look for when we're hiring people or working with partners, whatever it is. We think that, to really understand what you need in a restaurant, you have to have worked in a restaurant. So that was really important to us. And then finally, they had really good experience with Toast. So they were teaching us a lot about Toast along the way. Being a brand new POS partner for us, we definitely didn't know everything. We were coming off of a POS that we had used for 10 years, so there was a lot of gaps that we needed to fill still to make up that 10 years worth of knowledge. And F3 was a great partner for us over the last several months. Yeah, really from the start, they were really interested in how we operated, what kind of things our restaurants did, just what makes us unique as a brand. Then in September of last year, Dan and Tori came out to Fort Collins to visit us, and then they attended our annual franchise meetings in Denver. But while we were in Fort Collins, we took them into one of our stores here. We were showing them the layout of where the POS stations go, where we're going to have things mounted, all of that fun stuff. And next thing we knew, Tori was gone and she was just working on the line. So she was really getting that firsthand experience of exactly how our users operate, what things work, what things don't work. So definitely that was a huge moment for us of being like, okay, this is definitely the right fit. From there, they built out a whole guide that was specific to our operations, how we wanted things set up, how we needed things set up. We don't have any two stores that are alike. So when they're going in there and they're working on installing KDSs or digital menu boards or putting POS systems in, it's always just going to be a little different for each shop, but really having that foundation of the understanding of why we're doing what we're doing. I think that background information really helped them kind of create a system that was specific to our entire brand and helped every installer be able to successfully install, even with some slight variances in how shops were built out or what was going on in there. No two stores are alike really anywhere in our country. They all have their own little unique things that go on in there. So finding those right fits for where does a KDS need to get mounted? Is it a wall mount? Is it a clamp? Is it on a table? How is that going to work best? Still being able to make sure that the crew has room to operate and clean and do their day to day without the new technology getting in the way there. Really, on execution side, we set this up so we were doing installs overnight. We didn't want to have any downtime at our stores. We pretty much did that. We had a couple instances that were, one thing or another, not really in anybody's control. That maybe we lost an hour on a couple days at a couple stores. So overall, our service disruption was about as minimal as we could have hoped for. And then, another big thing that was huge for us with F3 was their ability to get extra hands to help at any store anywhere in the country for us. We'd always have one lead F3 tech on the job and then two extra people that they would find locally. They would be in there to, take old menu boards down, put new menu boards up, help with some of the KDS mounting and some of that more manual labor, drilling things into walls. While the one F3 tech could really focus on building out the POS setup specific to that store to meet our vision for our brand. It think F3IT is ultimately a very solid partner who knows the ins and outs of how restaurants operate. They're extremely knowledgeable with Toast, and I assume other POS systems as well, but our experience was with Toast specifically. So they're able to be on site. They can train our people where it's needed. They can troubleshoot things that need to happen. If anything goes wrong while they're setting something up or something's not working, they're there in the middle of the night and they're able to fix it on their own without needing to alert the masses and go through all sorts of hoops and waiting for people to wake up and answer questions. So they're an invaluable asset to be able to have on site for those. But overall, really just a solid resource for us for understanding the intricate details of this entire project, being able to execute that on the ground for us.